Welcome back to Octane Mobile Gaming, or if it's your first time here, thanks for stopping by. So we're at the beginning of the second day of the event, and I spent the first day of the event trying to find a combo that actually works. So I came up with two combinations that works quite well. One is actually for the missions and the quest map, and the second is just for the bosses. Not really that powerful, not as powerful as I would like them to be, but it works. So we're gonna jump right in and we're just gonna have a look at the combination. So at the moment, this is what a combination that I'm using, which has Tikbalang, Aswang, the current event card, and Nighthawk, and it's quite effective for what it is. So my second combination is this one, which has got two copies of Tikbalang. Tikbalang is there to provide heal, and he creates 3 Power Gem 4s, and those 3 Power Gem 4s is quite necessary for the deck setup. So with 2 copies of this particular card, I'll create 6 Power Gem 4s. So Aswang is there primarily for damage dealing. He creates up to 10 Power Gem 4s, but you have to get up to the maximum skill points, which is 300, which we won't get up to 300 skill points because I haven't got a skill point or intensity, as it was known before, generator on the deck. So we won't get up to that. So most we'll actually create is 2 Power Gem 4s, and all the Power Gem 4s are specifically for Help Beauticious Decay. She will create 6 Dark Power Gem and an additional 6 Dark Power Gem if there's 4 or more Dark Power Gem 4s on the board. She also have a passive which increase damage, so it's a quite important card on the setup. And last but not least is the event card. And as I said before, I believe that the event card it's the best card out of the 4 cards that we have for this week's event. So I managed to get a copy from the 5-star collection, which is quite lucky, and I've powered it up and taken it up to 6-star, and it's on my setup. So the setup uses 5 relics, and as you can see, I've actually created ultimate relic. I had 2 copies of the relic, not the previous relic, but not the current relic, but the previous relic, and I actually went ahead and craft a ultimate relic just to see how it actually performs with the deck, and it's quite good. Gives the deck a bit of a boost. It creates 1 Power Gem free for each Dark Commander that is actually on the deck. So it does a bit, not really worth the sacrifice anyway, but it is what it is. So what else have we got this week? So my second setup, which you saw earlier, is quite different from most of my setups that I've actually used before. I've still got 1 copy of Tikbalang, 1 copy of Aswang, still got the event card Motley, and I've got Nighthawk. And Nighthawk primarily, I think it's one of the 2 key cards that's on this setup. I went through a lot of combination before I actually came up with this combo. So Starcaller is quite important to this setup because Starcaller is the turn delay card, and this card is just a 3 card star card. You can actually you can actually get this card quite easily and power it up to 3-star. It doesn't do much damage, but turn delay, it delays the enemy turn for 2 turns, which is quite good. The next important card on this setup is Nighthawk. Nighthawk is there primarily for gem spawning and healing. because with Starcaller you would need quite a lot of dart gems on the board to actually power it up. It takes 20 gems to actually power up its battle skill, but once the deck gets going, it's quite effective. So this week I managed to get 4 copies of the support card, and this setup is just for a bit of fun. This setup is, it's not very powerful, but it's fun to play. It's quite quick, it's quite easy to play, and it's just enjoyable playing it. So with the setup that I've got for the challenge, the battles, and for the ultimate, I've actually gone up to 2.2, and as you can see, I've completed the battle, the challenge, and the ultimate using the setup with Starcaller, and it's quite effective. If you've got that combination, you might die once, so you use a free revive and off you go. So this is the deck which uses the 4 support cards, and as you can see, I'm fighting a guild boss which is 118. So the guild boss is not really that strong, but I can use the support card to take it out with its nuke damage. So it takes 3 of the support card's nuke damage to actually take down this boss, but it's quite a fun setup to play. So as the bosses get stronger, the nuke damage won't be able to take the boss out, which I wouldn't expect it to, because even though the nuke damage looks quite high on the stats, it doesn't really do much in reality. But it's quite a fun deck to play, and I really enjoy playing it. Can't wait until the guild bosses get up to legend, then I'll see how this deck actually performs, and I might record this deck in action fighting against a legend boss, and I'll make a video about it. But the event card is quite effective at what it does. So the other setups, we're gonna have a look at the replays for the other setups that I've been using, and you can see how effective these setups are. So this is the one which uses 2 Tikbalang, Aswang, Hellbeutish Decay, and Motley, and I'm going up against a 300 ultra kill boss. With this setup, I haven't been able to do 300% overkill, but I've managed to do 200% overkill, because I'm not actually creating as much power gems as I would like, and the card that does the most damage is Aswang, and I would like to awaken this card. At the moment I don't want to awaken it, because if I manage to get the ultra rare for this particular deck, I wouldn't mind creating a ultimate form, but until then I'll just keep him as it is. So he's my main damage dealer, so is Tikbalang, 2 copies of Tikbalang and the event card, but my main damage dealer is obviously Aswang, because it's the master collection card. So once all the battle skills are powered up, you just operate both copies of a Tikbalang, and then Hellbeutish Decay, and last but not least Motley, just to destroy the gems and get all the power gems together. Swap your power gems and you can kill the boss. Here is the same combination up against a 180 level bone collector. This was just before I got the bone collector up to legend, and this deck actually works quite effective against legends, because it can use 1 key to take down legend boss up to around about 10 billion health. So last but not least is the deck that I've been using to take down the quest bosses, the mission bosses, and the ultra bosses. And this deck requires a bit of patience, because what you need to do, you need to get the Star Caller powered up, and you need to have Nighthawk producing quite a lot of dark gems to actually keep the Star Caller going. For the force, probably say minute of the match, you'll keep going down to one turn until Nighthawk is powered up to round about say 160 170 skill points. Then she will start producing enough dark gems to keep the Star Caller going, where you can actually delay the boss for quite some time. So as you can see, I've delayed the boss for 5 turns, so now I can start concentrating on doing a bit of damage with my 3 damage dealer, which is Oswang, Tikbalang, and Motley. So as you can see, I'm just creating my power gems, swapping my power gems, and do my chip damage. So the boss will actually block quite a lot of the damage, but no matter, we've got time, because we've got our Star Caller actually delaying the turns. So it will take you with this setup, it will take you around about 5-6 minutes real time to actually kill the boss. But you can actually defeat most of the bosses, if not all the bosses, in the ultimate, and collect quite a bit of trophies. So I've been collecting over 270 million trophy for some of the bosses. The last trophy count was 270 million. It started out at, I think, 210 million. I might be wrong there, but it's over 200 million trophies anyway, and it's quite a bit of trophies. It actually helps to push up your standing on the solo leaderboard. So at the moment, on the solo leaderboard in the league that I'm actually in at the moment, I'm not in Legend League. I'm trying to get up to Legend League, so I'm in the Emperor League. I'm in 10th position. That might change, but hopefully I can get up to top 5 or stay in the top 20. We'll see how it go anyway, because it all comes down to the amount of keys that you've got. But that's that. The relics, I'm not holding my breath to get the ultra rare or the master collection. The relics aren't dropping the way that I hope they would actually drop, but never mind. I'll save up the dust, and hopefully I'll be able to get some ultra rare and a master collection in the slay events, dark slay event. So leave a comment below. Tell me what you think of the current decks that I'm using. Tell me what deck you're trying. Tell me how you feel about 3.0, about the event, the current event. Like, subscribe, and as always, this is Arctane saying peace and have a great day.